Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Man, it feels good to be back. It's been a minute since I've been creating here on YouTube. I've been out of the rhythm, but I'm working really hard to get back into it, and I'm excited to be here. And I'm excited to see you again. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad to meet you. My name is Jordyn. I'm a freelance filmmaker, videographer, business owner, all the things. And if you clicked on this video, it's because you're interested in seeing how I track my finances for my business, or just life in general. If you're not a business owner, that's fine. This finance tracker works for that as well. So honestly, I built this finance tracker for myself. The thing that I'm going to show you, this is all what I built for myself. And then I got really excited about it. I was really proud of myself for what I built, and I'm like, look at this, I did all these things that I was really cool, it auto-populates, and I was sharing it with different people, and they were like, wait a second, that's really cool, I want that for my business, like, can you share that with me? And I was like, really, you want this? And they're like, yeah, I do. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll make a template out of it so I can share it with you. And so that's exactly where you find me today. I have worked really hard on building a template and making this a super valuable product. I can tell you guys, you will never see a digital product from me that isn't something that I fully believe in, that I use. I don't have any interest in being online here just to like run the mill, make money off of you guys just by building an audience. I'm here to genuinely give you the best of myself and the best of the things that really work for me, and I mean that. So this thing that I'm going to walk you through is the finance tracker that I've built for me, for my business, after exploring all the different things that I wanted to see and doing this for quite some time. And yeah, I am really proud of it, genuinely. Also, my CPA always tells me that I'm his easiest client, so it's always a really great perk to know, like, hey, I think I'm doing something right here. He always has everything he needs to do my taxes well, and also, like, what's really helpful is if I'm doing something wrong and I'm not writing something off that I'm supposed to, like, he can easily see that and help me do better for the next year. So anyway, I'm really excited to share this with you. I'm going to share the basic template with you that I've built that you can purchase, but I also offer customizing it specifically for your life or business. I want this to be as valuable as possible for you, and I've built this with like a lot of formulas. That's how it works, so that I can auto-populate and do some pretty cool things, which I'm going to share with you in a moment here. But if you want it customized to your specific business so that you can just like start with it working for you exactly as you need it to, I'm happy to do that. I want to do that for you, so that's an option. I've also built very comprehensive instructions for you to customize it yourself if you would like. I will be honest with you though, because there's a lot of like formulas within this template to get it to work. It's not the easiest to customize by yourself, although I worked really hard on those instructions. So if you just want me to customize it for you, I will do that. We can have the conversation, fill out the form, and I'll get it set up for you and ready to go. This finance tracker is a yearly finance tracker, so I duplicate it each year and use it over and over and over again. And so if you decide to purchase this, you can do the same. It's a one-time purchase, no more paying for subscriptions, you have it forever. Also, the whole reason I built a finance tracker for myself is because I've tried out the apps, and the way they categorize my expenses, it just gets messy, and it's so much easier to just have control over everything that I want to do. And I've just been really happy with this process, and it's worked for me for years. So without further ado, let's hop into the finance tracker, and I'm going to show you everything that I do and love about it. By the way, I have built this entire finance tracker within Notion. I'm not sponsored by Notion. I'm just a big fan of Notion. I've been using it for years for a bunch of different things. It's where I write all my creative ideas. It's where I built the entire framework for my online community, which, by the way, if you don't mind a quick side note, that's what I've spent most of my year doing. Why I haven't been on YouTube is because I've spent this year building an online community for creators. I wanted to build a space where different creators could come in and experience life together. You know, as creatives, we get in our heads, we need accountability, we need community, and I built something that has become a family, and it has been so enjoyable. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can check out the More Than a Filmmaker video on my YouTube channel, or go look at my website. It will tell you more about that community. I would love for you to be a part of it if you're a creative and want to have people there to support you in this life and in your creative journey. That would be awesome. Okay, thank you for that quick side note. I guess I'm sponsoring myself in this own video with my own online community, but truly, I hope you can see my heart behind all of this. I really just want to share things with you that I really believe in. I want to serve you. That's why I'm here online. So I just need you to know that. Okay, thank you for listening to all of my talking. I appreciate you handling my long-windedness. Let's jump into the yearly finance tracker. Alright, so here it is. So if you were to purchase this finance tracker, I have instructions that take you into the depths of how to use this thing. I'm just going to give you the overview of what I've built, so you can see if you're even interested in it at all. And if you're not interested in my specific template, hopefully this video still helps you to give you ideas for what you want to do for yourself and how you want to track your own finances. Alright, so at the top left here I have a tax reminders box. My CPA would always ask me, what's your total mileage for the year? And every year I'm like, oh no, I don't really know. I don't know where it started. So every year when I duplicate this template and I start the template, I write in the year and then I write in my mileage at the start of the year. So I never have to worry about never knowing the answer to that question again. And this entire tax reminder box just helps me keep things in mind that I'm going to need to turn in my CPA at the end of the year to get my taxes done well and right. And then right over here, there's these quick action buttons. They do exactly what they sound like they do. They're just quick ways to add in your income and your expenses, and that will make more sense as you see how the template works. So let's scroll down, and right here, you're going to see a big picture overview. So in this little section, the main hub is where you put in all of your income and your expenses for the year. And yes, this template requires you to manually input your income and expenses. I personally love that. I love remembering what I spent each month. I fill out this template once per month, 12 times a year. That's it. That's barely any time. And just by doing that, I have such a good idea of what's happening with my money that it gives me so much peace for the whole year knowing where my money is going. And this template easily helps me see, like, why did this month feel more expensive? Like, what's happening? I can see if my water bill was higher this month and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And it helps me pay attention to those things very easily and very quickly. So even though it does take the work to manually input your income and expenses, it has brought me so much peace by doing so. And again, it's only 12 times a year. It's like barely any amount of your time. What I do is at the end of the month, I look at my bank app and I just copy and paste all my income, all my expenses, categorize it, it's done. I can see exactly what was happening with my money. Alright, so let's look at the big picture overview. Once you put in the income and expenses, you can see all of your income and expenses broken down per month. So you can see, oh, February was really great for me, but May I didn't make as much. Why is that? If you go into the main hub where you put all your expenses in, you can see why that is. You can see what the difference was per month, but it's really nice to have a big overview picture. And then if you hop over to this overall totals box, this will show you all of the totals to date, what you've made up to this point of the year that you're looking at it. So at this top, you'll see the total income you've made so far. And then right below it, I have it broken down into sources of income. I personally like to see how much of my total income was made in my freelance work versus my online work. So that's how I built the template. If I customize this for you, that can be, let's say you run like a clothing business. You can see how much came from your local storefront versus your online shop. And you can make these sources anything you want. Again, that requires customization, so either you can do it by following my customization instructions, or I could customize this for you, so it's just like set up for you. And then you're going to see your personal and business expenses auto-populate. And I also built in transaction fees, so let's say you're a videographer like me, and somebody pays you through an online invoice, and you charge them $5,000 for a wedding video, and you received like $4,800 because a transaction fee was taken out. Those transaction fees are auto-populated here, and you'll see how that works in a second when I show you. But that's super easy to turn into your CPA and like, hey, look at these fees that were taken out, and that can be a write-off for you. And then you see your business and combined profit and loss. So your business profit and loss is your total income minus your business expenses. Your combined profit and loss is your total income minus your personal and business expenses. And again, the best part about this whole template that I'm so excited about is that it auto-populates, and you're going to see that happen. Right below here, I have financial goals. This isn't a budgeting template, this is a tracker. So you are tracking your finances and just seeing what's happening. So let's say you want to make $50,000 in online income this year. You will be able to tag your income, and they will auto-populate the current income that you're making, and you'll get to see the progress towards that goal. So I'll show you that in a minute. Now we scroll down, and right here we can see categories. I have this set up to be even more categorized for myself. So I put in things in like weddings and mentorship calls and my online community and my digital products, and I make it very specific to my income categories that I want to see. But for the base template, it has service, physical product, and digital product right here. And so when you put in your income and you categorize it, you're going to see how much you made in physical products in January versus how much you made in digital products. And then over here in this current income totals box, you'll see how much you made to date in all of those categories. So I'll show you how that works later. Same thing here in the personal overview section. These are all the categories for your personal expenses. You'll see how much you spent on groceries in July versus September. And by the way, all of these things are broken down in the quarterly views by these tabs right here. You can also see all the months at once if you want. But I have it broken down in quarterly view just so you can have a nicer way to look at it. This is something that I wanted to see for myself. Again, I built this for myself, so it's what I wanted. And then this little bills part right here, this is showing like your total amount of bills for the month, but then the utilities breakdown is the breakdown of all of those bills. So you can see maybe your bills were $1,000 this month and you're like, man, that was expensive. And you can look down into the utilities specifically and see which one of those contributed the most. It's just a really easy way to visually see what's going on with your money. I love it. Okay, scroll down to business overview and it's the same thing as your business categories and your business expenses. And that just makes me so happy. And then one more section, we scroll down to subscriptions, and this is where you can see your monthly and your yearly subscriptions. So you simply can just add a new one in, and let's say you're paying for Netflix every month, and it's $10 a month. It is a personal expense. It comes out at around the 17th of every month, and you can put in the card number that it came out of. So if you just want to remember what card you're using to pay for that monthly subscription, well, look at that. You now have a visual view of all of the subscriptions you're paying for. Now, the one thing I want to share about this template is this part right here is more of just like a visual reminder of the subscriptions you're paying for. So you can hop over to yearly, see what you're paying for yearly. It's just a visual reminder. The reason I tell you that is because when you input your expenses every month, you're going to still be inputting your subscriptions. This is an area of the template that I just wanted to see what subscriptions I was paying for in general, and have an overview look of it, which is why I built that in there for myself. I just think it's so helpful to have a full list of what I'm paying for. And then you can also mark things as inactive. So if you say, oh, I'm no longer paying for Netflix, you can mark it as an inactive. And then if you hop back over to monthly, it's not going to show up in there anymore. Okay, I'm getting a little bit too much into the details. I'm telling you that because if you were to buy this template, I walk you through specifically all the things you need to know of how to use it. And I don't want to make this video for you too long. So let me scroll back up to the top and show you what I mean by it auto-populating. So let's open our income database within Notion. These things are called databases. And let's say we filmed Bob and Sally's wedding. I'm going to show you what I mean by the transaction fees here. So the amount that was deposited in your bank, let's say you charged them $5,000, but you only received $4,897 because the transaction fee came out. The original charge was $5,000. Look at that, the transaction fee auto-populated. That's great. Now we're going to tag the source. This was a freelance income and it was a service. You have to double tag this. I explained why. If you were to purchase the template, it just makes the template work. And let's attribute that to our freelance goal. And let's say that I made that on July 16th. Now we scroll down. Look at this. In July, I made $4,897. If I scroll to the overview box, my total income was $4,897, and all of that was freelance income. I haven't made any online income thus far. And then you can see my transaction fees, $103 so far this year of transaction fees. Now you see nothing in the profit and loss change from your total income so far because you haven't put any expenses in yet. So let me put some personal expenses in. So let's say you paid for that Netflix subscription. So this is what I mean where you have to put in the subscription within this database as well. The other thing is just an overview. This is where you're actually totaling out your expenses. You pay $10 for that and you tag that as a subscription. Tag it again as a subscription. It's not a utility, leave that blank. I paid for that subscription in June. Now we look over at the big picture overview. Look, I paid $10 in June for my Netflix. Personal expenses and the current totals thus far, $10 so far. If we look at our combined profit and loss, you can see that it's 87 compared to 97 because we have no business expenses in there yet. So the combined is referencing your personal expenses and business expenses, but we've got nothing in for business yet. So let me put something in for business. Let's say I paid for a Canon 70-200 lens, and it was $2,800. That's how it goes. Expensive equipment. Tag that as equipment. And I paid for that back in April, or May. Let's say May. Paid for it in May. Scroll down, I can see I paid $2,800 for my business, for my lens in May. Go over to the current overall totals box. You can see that business expense now reflected here. And now you see our profit and loss is $2,000 less than the total income because that expense has come out. That business expense has come out. Now, if we scroll down to our financial goals, let's say I wanted to make $75,000 by the end of the year in freelance income. So far, I've made $4,897. So you can see the progress is 6.5% here. You see that that's auto-populating. The same would be true once you start tagging those online income goals if you make anything online. Again, your business might be different than freelance and online income, but it's how I personally like to track it and how I've built the template. Cool, so let me show you one more thing. Let's scroll down to the category sections. So I know that I tagged that service income in July. So you can see that I made $4,897 in July. You see that category. This is so helpful to see how you're making different amounts of money per category in each month. I just love that. Scroll down to the personal overview section. If you remember, I tagged that Netflix subscription in June. So you can see $10 came out in June for subscriptions. And then we can see the total to date of $10 spent on subscriptions. To give you even more of a picture, I'm going to add in one more subscription. So let's add in the Planet Fitness subscription. Let's say we paid $40 a month, just so you can see this. I'm going to tag it as a subscription. Tag it as a subscription. Let's say that one came out in May. Great. Scroll back down. Now you can see in subscriptions, I paid $40 in May, but $10 in June, and my total for the year so far was $50. That's how this template works. It's amazing. The same is going to be for the business expense overview. Look, I've paid $2,800 in current business expenses so far, and that was in May for equipment. And that is how the template auto-populates. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick overview picture of this finance tracker that I built for myself. I am super proud of it. I love it. It truly brings me so much peace to just know what's happening with my money throughout the whole year. I can really tell, ooh, I'm not making as much in this category as I think I should be. I can start paying attention to that more. Or, ooh, my expenses seem really high in this area. Am I running the water too much? Or are my bills higher? Or why have I spent this much on equipment or insurance for the year? It's just so helpful to see what's going on, and it brings you so much peace of mind in your life and business. So yeah, I'm really passionate about this, guys. I just wanted to share with you, and you can find the link in the bio to go check this out. Again, I can customize this for your business, or there's even an option for me to coach you through the template. So if you want me to teach you exactly how to do everything and make sure everything is set up well, you can hire me to coach you through that, and I would love to meet you and help you out. And yeah, if, again, you're interested in joining the online community I've built, I would love to also have you there. Come be part of the More Than a Filmmaker community. And that's for all creatives. It's called More Than a Filmmaker for multiple reasons, because it's more than filmmakers, it's creatives, but also it means that we're more than just our careers. Life is life, and we're there to support each other holistically, support each other as creatives, but support each other in this life as well. We all need to feel loved, we all need to be held accountable, and we all just need support sometimes. So if that's interesting to you, I would love to meet you. I would love to have you be a part of it. And yeah, I'm super excited to get back in the rhythm of creating here on YouTube. I'm putting in the work to make that happen. So If you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to subscribe. I do way more than just talk about financial stuff. This channel, honestly, will be a mixture of showing you my creative process, showing you, the things that I work on behind the scenes of my business, but also just like creative videos of like my deep thoughts and just storytelling and things like that. Honestly, I'm here online to serve you to the best of my ability and also share my heart and share the creativity that's within me. So if that's of interest to you, I would love to have you around. And yeah, just thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks so much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions about anything, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.